Good evening, YouTube. How is everybody doing?
Hey.
Good evening.
Good evening. So we have an extra special guest with us tonight. Scott, the Aquaforest Tank of the Year winner. Welcome, Scott.
Thanking you. Sorry to disrupt your normal Wednesday show and move it to a Tuesday.
Well, actually, it was almost fated because it's my daughter's birthday tomorrow. So it worked out brilliantly for me because I now have tomorrow to spend the evening with my daughter.
Oh,
so,
amazing.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, worked out perfectly. So let's see who we've got. I think we need to have some words with John Wright, though, because Emma beat him in.
Oh, beat him too.
Not only did Emma beat him in, Mel beat him in too.
Hello, Mel.
Good morning, Mel, and good afternoon, Emma. Then it was John. Good evening, John.
Good evening, John.
He's got some lovely new corals, has our John.
He has, yes. Eden corals.
We're in Ron's top, but you can't actually see. There you go, Ron.
Good afternoon, Alyssa.
Hey, Alyssa.
Hey, hey.
Who else have we got with us? My lot, James. Good evening, James.
Good evening, James.
Kumar's with us as well. Hey.
Hello.
Hello, Kumar.
Mo is with us. Good evening, Mo.
Good evening, Mo.
I can see there's a lot of competition here for coming in early.
Yeah. Here he is. The man you've got to blame, Scott. It was Neil that put you squarely in the crosshairs for tonight.
He's a good lad. He's a good lad.
Hope you're well,
yes,
Neil.
Yeah, thanks for that, Neil. It was a great little find. I struggle with social media. It's probably a bad thing for me, isn't it? But for Facebook and Instagram, I'm just terrible at. So I hadn't seen that Scott had won Tank of the Year until you sent it to me. So thank you for that.
Well, cheers, Neil.
Good evening, Woody's Reef.
Hello.
Good evening, Woody.
Good evening, Dave.
All right, Dave.
Good evening, Anthony.
Hey.
Good evening.
Liam. Good evening, Liam.
Liam.
Hello, Liam.
A fellow sump buddy for you, Scott.
Ah, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
He's got a big
good evening, Jamie. Remembered your name.
Dave.
Hello.
Good evening, Coach. Good evening, Peter. We're getting there. Good evening, Chris.
Chris, how's it going?
All right, Chris.
Good evening, Richard. Richard.
Evening.
Richard sounds very formal, doesn't it? Rich. We'll call him Rich. Yeah.
Call him.
Good evening, Terry.
Terry.
Good evening, Terry.
Good evening, Reese.
Hey, there he is. Hello.
Here he is. Reese. Hope you're well.
Good evening, Matt and Roxanne.
Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening, Stuart.
Evening.
Good evening, Stuart.
Good evening, Dave.
Dave.
Evening, Dave.
We've got a few on here tonight. We've got some new names I can see I'm getting to now.
Ooh.
Good evening, Nick.
Hey.
Good evening, Nick.
And I'm guessing this is someone connected to you. Karen, good evening.
Oh,
Karen.
Mrs. Oldman's on.
Hello.
Good evening.
I must admit that this tank only runs because Mrs. O helps along the way.
So it was her that won it, really.
Too late to get her on as well?
No, she's camera shy.
Good evening, Eric. And that's
evening.
Evening.
it. Called him Richard. He's in trouble. I replied to your email, by the way, Richard. So that's the register done. Dave says we need Ron on for translations.
I know.
No, Ron says that when he speaks to us, he has to speak completely differently, so we have half a chance of understanding him.
Yes.
Wait till you hear me.
Oh, yeah. Scott's saying you got more coral in your sump than he's got in his 5-foot display. Wow. So let's have a quick go round and see what we've been up to this week, and then we'll jump in and chat with Scott about that amazing tank. And I've got lots of video that you've sent me, Scott, and I've got some pictures as well we can go through. So yeah, so some interesting things to talk about. Maybe the first question should be, and I've just seen Liam's comment, can you say purple burglar alarm?
Purple burglar alarm.
Yeah, that was good.
It's near enough.
That was good.
Oh. That'll be a sound clip for my soundboard.
I've got a feeling people are coming, so brace yourselves. Brace yourselves.
Yeah. Right, Dan, what have you been up to this week?
Well, it's quite early doors, isn't it, really? I've not been up, to be honest, today I've not been up to that much. I did pop to my local LFS, Curly Dramatics, most people know of.
Yes.
I just had to go and get some food. I just had to go and get some frozen food and
a Regal tang?
I didn't get a Regal tang.
Okay.
Good tang. They did, well, to be fair, they didn't have any. They didn't have much marine stock. It's still looking a little bit sorry for itself. So, but I did get some food and I had a little mooch upstairs. I tried to steer myself away from the newer tanks. They had some new stuff in, like new tank wise. There was a couple that caught my eye, but I did behave myself. And
is this a new tank that you're not upgrading to?
It's a new tank I'm not upgrading to. I must clear that up. So it's not about replacing this tank. It's just I'm always not now. I'm just always the sort of person that's looking to the future, and I just kind of keep an eye out of what I might fancy down the line. But
okay,
yeah, there you go.
I mean, it is tomorrow is the future, so you could order it tomorrow, maybe. Yeah.
Probably not, but yeah, we'll see. I said on Salty Banter on Saturday, tank's doing really well. Everything's happy, so I'm happy. I've just been enjoying it. Yeah, just been enjoying the reef. I did receive something yesterday, very special. I'm not 100% sure I can really say that much about it. There is more information to come. We've yet to get to Harry. So I might let Harry kind of may or may not say what he's been up to. But yeah, I'm really excited to get that in and show that off a little bit, because I've been kind of badgering Harry for a while to get these out, and he's been working a long time on them. So yeah, that's really exciting, and it was nice to get that yesterday. So look out for that, because I'll be doing a little post on that as well. But I might even do a video, actually. I'm thinking I'm going to do a video on it, believe it or not. So yeah, look out for that. And yeah, other than that, it's only Tuesday. The week is still young, so we'll see what the rest of the week brings. But yeah, reefing wise, happy, all good.
Excellent. Harry, what have you been up to?
Reefing wise, not so happy. Unfortunately, I lost. It was a teal blue granulosa from Ron, just over my I'm mirrored, my right shoulder. You can kind of see that white that had grown into a little colony from a not so big frag. So yeah, it's a real shame to lose that. Annoyingly, in some ways, all my parameters and everything else is looking fantastic. And sometimes I find that's more difficult than if, you lose a colony and you test and your phosphates have shot up or something. You can kind of relate the two, and it almost softens the blow. But when you can't find
anything,
the specific reason, it almost is a bigger punch to the gut. But that was I really, really like that coral. Obviously, it was from Ron as well, which makes it that little bit more special. And yeah, it was a real shame to lose that one. But Onwards and upwards. I've cut some little tips off and tried to save them, but it was rapid. Just stripped.
Yeah.
Sadly.
Shame.
Other than that, though, as I say, I did a round of testing and all of that. Yeah, it's looking good, looking really good. The rest of the tank looking really happy. And the wild acros from AAC, they're doing really well, which is nice to see. Other than that, yeah, lots of work on.
How many wild acros have you got, Harry? Just for reference.
Probably got 4 wild colonies, 4 or 5, and then the rest chop shop basically.
Yeah, no, I did because I wasn't sure. I know you've been slowly sort of, I'll say collecting. You've been
I'm trying to
slowly
fill out the top
getting more,
of the tank a bit more. Yeah.
Yeah, you're on your way then with the wild colonies. So yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Excellent.
And then just some work on the magnetic range, which I've been harping on about for probably over a year. This close now. Working on the product photography, finalizing things there. So yeah, that's really exciting to, as I say, after so long of testing magnets.
Question for you, Harry.
Yes.
If it attaches magnetically, is it still a strap-on?
I'd say so. Yeah. I'm going to pretend I'm oblivious to
What that reference is. Yeah.
to your obscene.
Sorry, I thought I'd just catch you out there.
Okay. Look, I've gone on red. You've embarrassed me.
What have I been up to? I had a bit of I discovered a free coral
Oh,
in my tank.
Nice.
that
No,
was handy.
Oh, not
Oh.
a Brucey bonus.
Oh,
Not nice.
no.
yeah.
Blue star polyps.
What?
That's worse than Aptasia.
So I was like, what the hell is it? Because it was on that really light pink gonny that I got, and
Right.
it looked like a gonny head on the back, and all the gonny was all retracted, and it looked like a head on the back, but it was like brown. Oh, that's weird. Took some photos, looked down, still couldn't really ID it. Sent a little video to Ron. He's like, oh dear. Yeah. You need to get that out. So I got my Dremel out, took it out the tank, chopped it up brutally. Like, I've got the tiniest little bit of gonny left.
Oh no.
Yeeted the rest of it into the bin. And hopefully, touch wood, I've got it all. And it's gone. Because I had Bryopsis as well in the old tank before I moved, and luckily I caught that really early and managed to fix it.
Oh,
No, my reef mat just like made a really weird noise then.
Do it live.
Yeah, so hopefully that's gone, and I'm not going to see any more of that blue star polyps.
fingers crossed.
Had an amazing giant box turn up. It had like this little mystery bag in it. Don't know what's in there. But it also had replacement framework and silicone for the marine spec frag racks that I've got in my frag sump. So I
Nice.
after consulting with their technical expert on how the hell you take them apart to replace the silicone in the middle.
What did I say? Oh, let me just look it up and remember how I did that.
I then
Oh, dear.
managed to get it all apart, change the silicone in the middle, put it all back together again, put it all in, and yeah, that's all set up. The good news is because it holds the plugs nice and tight grip on it now. It doesn't make the sump look as full as it did, so I've got space for some more frags.
About
Oh,
time.
Excellent news.
Always a dangerous.
retail estate.
Yeah. And then the last thing for me, I had a quite busy weekend. I forgot to turn on the RO to refill my ATO chamber. and I got home from work yesterday, or I got a notification while I was at work yesterday saying that it had stopped because it had run out. I was like, oh, damn it. Yeah, I forgot to turn that on. I got home and weirdly, my apex said that my salinity was 26. But when I checked it, it was like 36. Well, starting to get a bit high. So I'll whack the RO machine on to fill up the ATO a little bit. And then I kept turning it on and letting it put in as much as it could before the level got too low again. Did that for a while. And then I got to the point where I need to leave that ATO reservoir filling overnight. So I got like the worst night's sleep ever because I was worried about it leaking everywhere. Just imagining doing a Dan basically and
How big
flooding
is
the
your
whole
reservoir?
place. 45 litres.
What? You leave that overnight?
Well, it's got a float valve in it.
Oh, God.
So when the float valve lifts up, it shuts off,
Mm,
and the RO machine's got a sensor for back pressure.
yeah.
So it shuts the incoming off. And it worked perfectly. No flood this morning.
Good.
I was up quite early because I couldn't.
That's still the sort of job I think I'd want it topping up when I'm around.
Yeah, so to be fair, I've topped it up probably 5 to 6 times now while I've been here to make sure that it stops. So I was reasonably confident, but yeah, it still didn't
Needs to
sleep
work.
brilliantly. But yeah, that's basically me. Now we're on to the main event. So we've had the warm up acts, and now we're on to you, Scott.
Okay.
Before I kind of dive completely into it, anything you've been up to in the last week that?
No, I've just heard all you guys' problems, and I've just been sitting with my feet up.
Right, we'll beat them up in the green room afterwards.
I'm at that stage where I'm just enjoying watching the tank now. I hear about your RO troubles and that, and they say the bigger the tank, the easier it is. And if it pumps 25 litres of RO water into my tank, it maybe goes from 35 to 34. You know, it's just running, just ticking over.
Solid as a rock.
It is.
Yeah.
It really is. And why I'm not a scientist, I'm just your basic average Joe reefer, you know. But what I'm doing seems to be working.
Certainly
Excellent.
does.
Yep.
I'll definitely say it is.
Well, I'm just your typical Scotsman with short arms and deep pockets, and if I can do it as cheap as possible, that's the way I'm doing it.
See, I've met a Scottish guy that's the opposite.
Okay.
He's Scotland's funniest coral farmer as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Well,
Loves being called that as well.
He does, yeah. So, right, your tank.
Yep.
What a phenomenal tank it is. I
you.
will start to show some footage if I can arrange all of my windows so that I can share this one. And what I'll do is I'll step through the photos that we've got while we're talking, and then we've got some videos we can play as well.
Yeah.
I'm excited for this.
Let me click on that and then add that to the stage. So
Let me strap in. Here we go.
So how did the tank get started?
Well, I started 20 years ago, 20 years ago, as just fish only. My wife turned around, I had the tropicals and everything, and she says, do you want to change to marines? Because that's all I knew growing up. My parents had a marine fish tank in the 70s with the artificial dead coral and the under gravel filters with the power heads on top, you know.
God,
The Growlux lights. So I started off with just a small tank, and I had success with that, and then upgraded to this one, which is I made to measure in the space that I've got in my kitchen. So it's just under 6 feet. It's 3 feet tall by 2.5 feet
Wow.
deep. And my sump, I've got a 5 2x2 sump underneath.
Wow.
So it's about 1,200 litres.
Nice.
I was a chef offshore, so I was fish only with live rock. It worked perfect. I had the butterflies, the tongues, the angels, the triggers, and everything was going fine. I did a water change before I went offshore. I did a water change the day I came home from offshore. And while I was away, the wife, she fed the fish and cleaned the glass, and it was perfect. And then I had an Emperor Angel for about 14 years that I bought from 1 inch from Planet Ocean up in Conan Bridge. And I had him for 14 years and grew into this huge 12-inch show specimen. And I've never cried over losing a fish or a coral, but I did that day. It was heartbreaking. So I nearly closed down the tank after that. And we was up at my LFS up in Conan Bridge, up at Planet Ocean, and I says to Gary, why would somebody spend £200 on that coral there? At the time, I didn't know what it was. Turns out to be a scully. And I says, or you could have that Queen Angel in that tank there. And he turned the whites off and he turned the blues on. And oh my God, all my wife and I spoke about on the way home was how we're going to change the reef. So I decided I knew about the reef as such. And what fish I could keep and what fish I couldn't keep. So I sold off some of the fish that I did have and closed the tank down and then started to rebuild it. And what I did was, like I was saying to you guys earlier on, this is the original tank that I got from 20 years ago, but the stand I changed because it came with the wooden 18mm plywood and that, but over the time it had got water damage, so I managed to get somebody to make my box steel stand, and I wrapped waterproof MDF and countersunk magnets into it, so there's 5 panels that I can get access to the whole sump, so it's so easy to work in.
Nice.
And they all come off, so we got that set up and just started adding corals, but it was more water testing than I did with fish only. I didn't really water test with the fish, but I did have success with them. But I became anal when it came to doing the water tests. I was stringent with it, but I'm down to just once a week now, and I've got no computer eye, apart from my dozer. There's no Apex or nothing like that.
Wow.
I just do it weekly. And KH is 8.1. It just doesn't move. The only time it does move is when I move on corals or I've got to break down either the right side of the tank, middle, or the left. When I start pulling corals out, the KH just starts dropping, But no, I had so much success that way. Started adding the corals 8 years ago, and if you can see some of the corals in the main tank behind me, the original ones is there, and they've grown to like 200 plus headed colonies, and I haven't fragged them. The guys in my local group that I've got on Facebook, they'll tell you that why you're not fragging them, but I want to see huge colonies, the way they are in the wild.
Yeah.
But I don't frag them, they just break with the sheer weight of them. And I'll wake up one morning and it'll be like in 4-bit pieces. So then I've got to start fragging them, and
Yeah. Got a question here from Ron.
Yeah.
He says, "Do you dose haggis, nips, and tatties?"
It's nips, NEEP.
Ron, you
But I
should
prefer
know
nips.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that like a north-south or east-west divide on how you spell
Nips is like turnips.
nips? Yeah. But he's from Dundonald, so
Okay.
so
You
but
could
that's
have
not proper
nectar
Scotland,
whiskey.
I hear.
Is he just make on?
We did
Yeah.
have another question from Liam. What's your majestic like with corals?
So the majestic came from an uncle who's not an uncle. He was closing down his aquarium, and he asked if I'd be able to put it up, his aquarium equipment and fish, etc., in my local group. So I asked the guys, and everybody had said no, they were okay. So he asked if I wanted the majestic, a Tomini tang, and a tomato clown. And I says, I'll easily take the fish off your hands, you know. So he said, how much do you want to give me for them? And I says, well, I'm trying to help you here. I'll easily take the fish off you so you can get your tank closed down. But like I told you earlier on, I've got deep pockets and short arms. So he had says, okay, I've got somebody else interested. So then a month went past, and he says, that gentleman's not wanting the fish anymore. I can give you them for 150. And I says, no, it's okay. And he says, so to cut a long story short, after 3 months of haggling, I got them for nothing. So
That's committed. That is 3 months of haggling.
So I put them in the tank, and the majestic was as good as gold. And then what I did notice is in one of the pictures, I've got an elegance coral, and it's about 12 to 14 inches in size. Yeah, that one.
Wow.
It's about 14 inches in size, and I noticed it wasn't fully open, and it had started to retract. And there was one day I had the guys round at the house just talking reefs, and I noticed the majestic, not eating it, but just around it, and it wasn't opening the
Having a
same. So
little look.
yeah, so my elegance is in the sump. The elegance was in the sump, and he hasn't eaten anything else. He just went for the elegance, and touch wood, he's been as good as gold with the rest of the corals.
Good.
What size was he when he went in, Scott? What size was the?
He was
majestic?
about 3-4 inches at the time when he went in, and he'd be 6 or 7 now.
Okay, so he's been good. He's been good on the whole then.
He's been excellent. What was that? 20, 25. Yeah, he's been in the tank for about three years now.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
So
Nice.
and the elegance is doing well in the sump. So
Look at all
whoever
that
goes
coral.
faster,
You're trying to show us fish, but look at it all.
I know. Yeah.
Wow.
So the picture that was on there before, the Harlequin tusk, I'd also won a competition with Polo Reef in America.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, so I won a competition with that picture of my Harlequin tusk. So I'd won $500, but they made it into pounds from my local Aquaforest. They sent over vouchers, and I got the Polo Reef shirt and hat, and I'm feeling left out with you guys with all your T-shirts. I should have put on that tonight.
Yeah.
But the winner got flown to Andrew Sandler's house to see his aquarium in his house, you know. But with me being abroad, it was going to cost a bit more, so they sent the vouchers over. But yeah, I won a competition with that one with the Australian Harlequin tusk. Had him for 7-8 years in the tank, and again, I haven't got clean-up crew. I'm saying I haven't got clean-up crew. I still come across snails, you know, and bumblebee snails, but no, he's been as good as gold as well. Helps me frag my SPS now and again. He'll swim through multiporas and stuff like that, but the guys in the group will say, well, he's just doing what we've telling you to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lovely fish.
Yeah, my regal tang, he was just tiny when I got him. I couldn't seem to get a decent sized regal tang at the time for going in, so he was just the size of a 5 pence, and he must be 8 or 9 inches now in the tank.
Amazing.
Awesome.
Yeah, they're all big. They're all big tangs now, you know.
Everything in that tank just looks massive.
Yeah.
Even the polyps on the candy cane. It's just
I
like
know.
the heads on those.
They're like
Well,
really
I just
thick.
wish I think there is a picture of the sump in there, Steve,
Yeah.
with the candy canes, because there's one compartment. It's like a bed of candy canes.
Yes. Yeah. We'll keep flicking through them. I can't quite
Yeah.
see it at the moment, but that's a nice shot.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, that
Very
looks
proudly.
like the ocean.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. It's when people come to see the tank, to see the actual size of the corals, you know, they're all like that green, purple hammer on the left. You know, it's about 250 heads. It's absolutely
Wow.
massive. Yeah.
Any issues with the flame angel?
Flame Angel, no. Nope, none at all. He was the first angel to go in. I'd put on the two clowns, and I was at. There used to be a LFS in Lossiemouth called DI Tropicals, and he used to have marine fish. And this was going back when Flame Angels were. That one was £80, but he gave me it for 60. And I took the chance because I had the Flame Angel before, but when I was fish only, I hadn't success with Flame Angels, and I've put him in the tank, and I don't know it's because the perimeters are better for him, but I've had more success. Like I've said, I've had him for 8 years now.
I suppose he's got coral to eat now.
it's like a Cosmos all-you-can-eat buffet, I suppose, and I don't notice it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's one head of 250, eh?
I know.
Wow.
So that was looking down in the tank. One of the gentlemen in our group, Gary, came to help me one day because the sheer size of one of the frog spawns, I couldn't get it out with the rock as well. So I needed 4 hands to get them out. And when he was standing, I've got a 5-foot island in my kitchen. And when we did the kitchen, the wife put the island on casters. And this is what I use as a platform for reaching the bottom of the tank because it's so deep.
Yeah.
So Gary came up to have a look and he went, "Oh my God, it's not until you're looking down that you can see the size of your corals. They're like footballs, you know."
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that does look phenomenal.
Yeah.
That's a great shot as well.
I was going to say, the timing of that.
I know. I used to be able to, I prefer taking videos of the tank and then pausing it and flicking through till you got all the fish and then screenshotting it. But the trouble is now with my iPhone, when you screenshot it, the picture goes darker for some reason, and I'm not getting the same quality. So I'm trying out the camera on the iPhone at the moment, but I'm just so envious of people's professional shots. You know what you see?
Well, I would put that in the same category. That is a great picture.
There was a question. I think Dave did ask about whether you were using a DS.
He did.
A DSLR camera. But...
No. Sorry, Dave, I didn't see your question. No, I'm just using my iPhone or the iPad with the D&D color lens over it.
Wow.
Nothing fancy. Like I say, beforehand I used to take videos and then screenshot them, but I'm having trouble doing it that way now, so I'm trying a different way. But no, just take it with the iPhone.
Wow.
Awesome.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah.
I really, really like that picture. That's like put it on a canvas on the wall shot.
Yeah.
That
A lot of these people, like Aquaforest, they want everything sent vertically. So any photos or videos have got to be vertical. Like you can see, it's probably for that screenshot that you've got there, Steve. But all my photos and videos are horizontal, so I can try and get the whole tank.
Makes sense.
And you know.
Yeah.
So that one was, I was doing a water change, a 200-litre water change, and just as the water hit the top of the corals, it's a reflection on the top.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
And it just came out amazing, you know.
That's phenomenal.
That does look really cool.
Yeah.
What's this one? Just man, wait, this one here.
We can't see your mouse.
Oh, can't you?
Oh,
You
yeah,
know
no,
what? I was then just about to
it is
point at
there.
the screen.
It's
That's
there.
not going to
There
help. This
Too much.
one here, is it like a puffer
Where you at?
Oh, yeah.
above the powder blue?
I can't really make it out.
Let
Oh,
me-
is that? I think that's my clown trigger when I got it. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
So when I did want to introduce, what was happening was I was asking questions about clown triggers in a reef setup, and everybody said, "Don't do it. It'll kill all your fish. It'll eat all your corals." And I says, "Is that what happened to yours?" And he says, "Well, I've never tried a clown trigger." So I was getting all this information, but nobody had actually tried it. So after looking at it for 2 years, I went back to the clown trigger I had when I was fish only, and I bought a tiny specimen. And I wasn't wanting to order one in case it came in too big. I just wanted to find the right specimen. And when I went, I saw a video at East End Aquatics down in Glasgow. They had a tiny one in. So we went down and I hooed and hard, but yeah, I thought if I'm going to try it, I'm going to try it now. So when I took him up the road, I put him into the Aquamedic trap and put him into the tank. And when he went in, he was absolutely tiny compared to the Tusk, the Cuban Hog, the Majestic, the Regal Tang. And I'm thinking, oh, what's going to happen here? But he seemed to, the day, he was in the trap for about 2 days and he was eating well. So I let him out. And he did just what he would probably do if he was back on the reef in the lagoons. He just went into the corals and he just came out to eat, and he was so shy.
Yeah.
And maybe after 5-6 months, he ventured out into the open, and he just swam around all the fish. And I've had him now. It's exactly a year coming up. I've had him, and I'm getting more problems from my clowns being aggressive than the clown trigger.
Wow.
He hasn't touched the corals. He hasn't went for fish, but maybe that day will come, But he's a good 4 inches now, and yeah, he's getting on fine.
But that was nice when he finally came out and started swimming. And,
Yeah,
nice to finally see him.
it was. It wasn't like he wasn't coming out and swimming. He would come out. I don't know if the current that's in the tank with my wave makers was too powerful for him, just like he would be hiding in the corals when he was a juvenile out in the reef, and then he just went right back into the SPS and just put up his trigger, and that was him. But yeah, he's doing well.
Yeah.
So I'm running a diary. Sorry, I'm running a diary since the day I got him to what he's at now and what he's eating. And so if anybody does ask, can I keep a clown trigger? I'll say, well, here's my
Cool.
view in it.
Yeah. Yeah, they're very cool fish.
Yeah.
Fish.
Well, it's when I grew up with my father's aquarium in the 70s. The books and everything. It was your Emperor Angel, the cloud trigger, and the powder blue. So I haven't had the courage to try an Emperor in the tank yet, but watch this space.
Next week.
Yeah.
What else?
So that's my grazing ring.
Oh,
Wow.
look at that.
Yeah. If you
Just
can
the
get the
colours.
grazing ring, they're unbelievable for getting, photos of the fish close in.
Mm.
You need to start getting these on postcards and prints.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My own calendar.
Yeah, that's another really nice shot.
But like I'm saying, all my photos are bright and colourful like that. And when I did win the Aquaforest Tank of the Year, like I was saying to you guys earlier on, every photo seemed to be at night time when the lights were ramping down so they could get the corals popping. But my corals are popping during the day,
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah. I must admit, although my tank's quite blue right now, most of the day it's really white. I much prefer the whiter
colour.
spectrum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I'm saying, my lights, they're just running at 65%, you know. So if I wanted to make them brighter, I can turn them up, you know.
Yeah. Size of that digi.
I
colony.
know. So that's all
Unreal.
broken down now. So it started covering, it's kind of like layered if you look down from the back to the front. And I've got a
Yeah.
wave maker blowing at the back so there's no dead spots or anything. But the Digitata was getting too big and covering stuff below. So this, just after Christmas, because my display was looking so good over Christmas, January is when I start breaking down either the left side, the middle, or the left side of the tank, you know, and it breaks my heart
Yeah.
Yeah, I
because
bet it
your
would.
Monteporas don't have that rounded edge; they've got straight, and I've got CDO, which is OCD but in alphabetical order, and I just hate seeing a straight edge on a Montepora, you know. And everybody says, yeah, but it grows back, and it does, but not at the time, you know. It just breaks my heart when you break them down.
Yeah.
But those jobs have to be done.
Yeah. Yeah. It does look. It just looks crazy from that top down view.
Yeah.
Top down is insane.
The only thing I hate about my aquarium is it's the old style with the brace bars and everything. It's not that open top where you could take a whole photo looking down, you know. That's just one section, then I've got the other section. Or else you've got the bar in the middle. That's the only thing I don't like about my aquarium.
Yeah. Yeah. Although the braces give you a lot of strength.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right. And it was built in the days before the Opti White as well, you know. So
Okay.
I get so envious when I go and see. Well, I saw Neil's tank for the first time, and it's just pure white, you know. And I'm thinking, oh, why couldn't I have waited until I? But Opti White wasn't on the go when I got this tank built. You know, it's just if you look along it, it's green, the green glass, you know. But
Yeah.
it looks clear. Everybody says, oh, but it's crystal clear, yeah. But it doesn't do the popping like the Opti White glass that you see in the newer models.
You need some more coral in there to pull out all the iron from the glass.
Is that what it is? Yeah.
And this is the other half of the tank, I'm guessing.
That's the other half, yeah.
Yeah.
Looking down.
Wow.
See, those tangs are nice and chunky as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the best things I ever did was, and I've noticed so much difference in my fish, was I bought an automatic feeder. And years and years ago, it was always Spectrum pellets that I fed when I was offshore. And then it seemed to stop. I couldn't get my hands on it in the UK. So
Okay.
I managed to find a 5 kilo bucket online. So I bought it, and I bought an automatic feeder, and the feed 4 times a day, 1 rotation. And if you don't know, I'm a chef, so it's awkward hours, and sometimes I'll come home and I'll forget to feed them. Sometimes I used to forget to feed the fish for maybe 2 days, you know. But now they're getting fed every day at a constant time. You'll actually see them hanging
They
around the
congregate,
corner of
don't they? Yeah.
they congregate, and
Yeah.
it seems they say that they've only got a memory of 2 seconds. Or
Oh, they know.
goldfish.
They know what the
They
time
know
is.
what's coming.
Yeah.
So they're getting pellets 4 times a day out with the 12 to 14 blocks of frozen that I put in. And I even make my own food now and again, you know. So
We've got a video on that.
okay.
What auto feeder are you using?
Can't remember the name of it, Steve. I got it off of Amazon. But it's just a... Pardon?
Eheim?
No, even cheaper than that. Pet. Oh, I can't remember what it's called.
You remember what he was saying about those short arms and deep pockets?
I know. But yeah, I'm sure it was only like 20 quid.
Wow.
And it's working a dream, and you've got to fully charge it when you first received it, and I've only charged it up twice since I received it about a year and a half ago.
Wow.
And I take it down just to make sure that the 4 bars aren't just stuck on, and give it a charge. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's working like a dream. And since then, my powder blue, it's just huge and so chunky.
Yeah. Do you feed nori for them as well?
Yeah, I bought a nori cylinder because I had the veggie clips, and my Australian Harlequin Tusk would just take the whole sheet, and he would take it down into corals. All the fish disappeared, start breaking the corals. Then you'd see the nori floating around the tank, and it would get stuck to wave makers, and then hands in the tank to get it out. And so then I tried the nori in the mesh up against the glass, but the way it worked, you couldn't see the fish grazing on it because it was like a solid back. It was at the front, and then I found this one. It's a cylinder, so it sticks out. It sticks out from your glass like this water bottle, and every fish can graze around it, and there's no aggression or anything on it.
Yeah.
So
I think you sent me a video of that as well, of them
Oh, have I?
feeding from that. Yeah. Yeah. So we'll.
So it holds a whole A4 sheet of nori, and I'll feed them nori 3 or 4 times a week,
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
And again, that keeps the aggression down, I love that photo.
That's another excellent photo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you say you're doing this with just an iPhone?
That's just my iPhone, yeah. iPhone 15 at the moment.
Wow.
But that one was taken with the photo rather than the video and screenshotting it.
Yeah.
And it just came out. I did have the coral lens on the phone for that one, the yellow one. But it's just stunning, He's getting that black. So where the lips is, it's yellow. He should have the blue ring round about it, and then where the yellow is between the snout and the eyes, that should all go black. So that's in the process of turning just now. But
Yeah.
I'm in no hurry for it. The slower he grows, the better. I've got an orange shoulder tang in my tank, and I bought him from an inch in size, and I've had him for 7 years, and he's never changed. He hasn't even gotten the orange shoulder as such. And I'm quite happy because the more he's the yellow colour, I'm happier than him changing into the grey because I've got the vampire tang as well,
Yeah.
But yeah, I love that one.
Wow.
This is insane.
But if you see my orange shoulder tang, like I'm saying, 7 years old now, but he used to get dominated by the regal tang. So I did read that if there's an over-dominant species in the tank, it can stop the coloration coming through in others. But yeah, I'm quite happy with him still being bright yellow like that.
There's a question from Liam, and a couple of pictures ago I could see the lenses of your lights, Scott. So just quickly, what lights are you running? What sort of intensity are you running at?
Yeah. So I managed. That's another story. I managed to acquire 3 Hydra 52s from somebody who was shutting down their ex-husband's fish tank.
Right.
And I managed. She was selling a flame hawkfish, and that was the only fish she had in this 5-foot tank. So I went up and I says, "How much do you want for it?" And she says, "I don't know, £10." So I says, "Yeah, I could manage a tenner." So
What you didn't say, will you do 5?
I'm not a bad man. So it just sat in this wave maker, and I put the net in. I caught him straight away. I couldn't believe it. So I was going away offshore, and I says, if I can help sell your equipment, let me know, because I've got this little group on Facebook, but I'm going away offshore tomorrow. So I says, how much would you want for us 3 Hydra 52s? She says, oh, I'm not sure. So I says, well, if you can find out prices, let me know. So there was a Bubble Magnus Curve 7 skimmer, brand spanking new, with 3 lights and a 25 kilo bucket of salt. And she says, what about £100? And I says, oh, yeah, I could manage that. So I phoned the wife from offshore saying, can you head to this house and pick it up before she sells it to somebody else? So
Before she comes to her senses.
I know. And before the husband comes back. I hope he's not on here.
Yeah. Actually, I've got a surprise for you, because tonight I've got another guest.
Are you the husband? So I went to the Hydras, and I had them for 8 years, and then COVID hit, and 2 of them went down. So my local fish shop up in Conan Bridge at Planet Ocean, I asked Gary what he had in stock, and the new Hydra 32s were out. So he says they're doing a deal just now because they were just out. So I went up, and instead of buying 3 64s, I bought 4 32s. And I'm running at a schedule I made up myself. I went through all the program, having a look at what I liked. The lights come on at 9 o'clock in the morning. They take 4 hours to ramp up to 65%, mostly blue. And then they're on from 1 o'clock until 7 o'clock. And then they ramp down for another 4 hours until 11 o'clock. Because we've been a chef, I want to come home from my work and still see some of the aquarium, you know. So it's a long program, but it seems to be working fine.
Excellent. Well, now we've got the real treats, because I've got the videos to share with everyone as well.
Okay.
So, yeah, strap yourself back in.
Strap yourself back in. Here we go.
Oh man, it looks like a reef.
It does. It looks like a real reef, doesn't it?
So that's what I had in mind when I changed to a reef. You know, I wanted to see. You can't see my sand bed because it's all covered in hammers and frog spawns and torches, you know, and the huge SPS and everything. And like you're saying, it does. It looks like a reef.
Yeah. What are you using for flow?
So in this video here, it was taken a few months ago. I could have went for the MP40s or 60s, but reading into it, they still break. So I was using Jecod SOW15s in this video. And I'm getting 4 years out of wave makers at £100. As long as I just make sure I do Monday maintenance every Monday when I'm off my work, and I'll clean the wave makers weekly. So I'm getting 4 years out of them. But now I've changed 2 because 1 did break down after 4 years, and I managed to acquire the new, is it DMP? It looks like MP40s. Yep. So I've got them in the tank just now, and they're as quiet as anything, and they look more aesthetic to the eye, you know. So because what I was going to have to do was put RO tubing on the cables for the wave makers in case the clown trigger started chewing through cables. But now, because I've went to them, my cables are on the outside, so he can just chew away in corals if he wants. You know, he can grind his teeth down in SPS.
The movement in there is really nice.
So
I really like
I've got a lot of movement in the top, and for some reason, where they're positioned, they're not in line with one another because the tank's so deep. I mean, from front to back, they're side by side. So I've got a good swirlation on the top, and a nice flow at the bottom. I work between two, so I've got the wave motion where the corals just sway back and forth, and I've got another one that I use. It's still the sway and motion, but it's more random, which
Yeah.
blasts more debris, off the bottom. But I can't get to the bottom to even siphon debris, because it's just
Yeah.
it's just a wall of corals.
Yeah, that's
what size DMPs did you go for, Scott? What are you?
Well, I had the SOW 15s, and I did try the 20s before, and I couldn't. I seemed to be blasting the corals, and I was scared in case I went for the 40s and it was going to blast them again at low. But I could have went for the 40s, but I'll know for next time.
Yeah, that's a lot of flow considering that, because the DMP 40s they're a little bit small, because I think it's the DMP 45s that are equivalent to the MP 40s.
Right. Yeah.
And my MP 40s are running at 50%. I think I got 2 of them.
Okay.
But yeah, it's not getting as much movement as yours there. That's for sure.
Okay. Yeah. So I've paired them up, and I've got one running at 70% and one at 80%, just so I've got the same equal flow down the bottom, because I've got my return pump coming in beside one of them, which goes along the back. And at night in the program, I turn my wave makers down. They are set so when the lights go off at 11, the wave makers turn down to 50 and 30%.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
Next one. Look, that trigger looks stunning.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was just a baby then.
You're making everyone want triggerfish in this.
Yeah,
show.
you should just fill your tank with them. When I moved to the reef, I had the pair of the blue throat triggers, because they were the reef safe ones. And my father, he had the Picasso trigger, and it was fine. It didn't eat anything as such, but it used to blow holes in his gravel. And I mentioned I've got CDO earlier on, and my gravel's got to be like flat. So no, he's been no bother there either. Yeah,
I'm definitely stealing your CDO joke.
Yeah. CDO, what's that? That's OCD, but in alphabetical order. So the story, I don't know if you've noticed my sail fan tank. He's missing his sail fan.
Okay.
Yeah.
He is, yeah.
So what had happened was, before that powder blue, I had one before, and when the sail fin opened up his sail, he used to nibble on it, and it was a form of bullion. So I managed to catch the powder blue and put him into the aquamedic trap, but the sail fin's sail still receded. It just kept going away. So eventually, after 17 days in my sump, the powder blue went back in, and the sail fin then turned on the powder blue and killed him. So I got this next powder blue, and he's been as good as gold. So I've had him for a good 5-6 years now. And yeah, the tangs get on. Yeah, there'll maybe be a squabble now and again, but it's not violent,
Yeah. Yeah.
But they're all 6-7 inches in size. They're huge,
So Kumar's got a question for you.
Yeah.
What kind of tang is he now? Now he hasn't got the sail fin.
He's a mohawk. Because he's still got the one that comes up at the front.
Bit.
Yeah. He's like Spike from
Brilliant.
Gremlins.
Yeah.
But if he did have his full sail, he'd be huge,
Yeah.
Would.
Wow. So what treat do we have next?
This is them just grazing again, a different time of day
Yeah.
with the lights coming down, you know.
Yeah, you're
What did
right.
you
They look. The white light is definitely, certainly for fish, is much better, isn't it?
That's right. But one of the nicest fish in my tank, and one of the guys in the group, Gary Andrew, will tell you, is my Tomini tang. When the lights is, I've got the reds comes up to 50% at 10 o'clock at night when the lights is ramping down, and it's like his tips of his fins are on fire, you know. And that was one I got for nothing as well, which he's always jealous about, you know. But he's a stunning specimen because you get the white-tailed bristle tang, and his tail's pure white, and his body is brown like an Achilles tang. So he's like the opposite of an Achilles, because instead of the circle orange, he's got the orange on the outside.
Yeah.
But he's a cracking tang.
Yeah. It's making me want a flame angel. Watching your flame angel.
Majestic as well.
I've also got one of Gary had him in Planet Ocean for, I think, 2.5 years. Was a Lamerick angel. So
Oh, yeah.
I've got one in the tank just now, but you hardly ever see him. He's always through the corals. The only time you see him is when feeding comes out. But I'm sure they're a deep water angel, you know. But he's stunning, like with the silver, with the blue-black speck through him.
Yeah. Dave says Scottish reefing is cheap as a fish supper.
I would agree. A fish supper up, it's cheaper keeping marines than having a fish and chip supper.
Wow.
Is that on the phone as well? Look at the depth of field.
This is on the phone. So this is
Wow.
using the orange lens as the lights are ramping down. So this is about 10 o'clock at night when I had the frag rack on the side of the aquarium, and the colours were just popping, you know. So I says, "Oh, I'll grab a video of that."
Awesome.
Yeah. They just look crazy. Yeah, the green is really popping there, isn't it?
Oh, it is.
Yeah, and the red in the background as well.
Yeah.
What do you do with most of your frags, Scott? Do they sort of go to other hobbyists, or do you keep a bit?
Well, we've got, like I'm mentioning, we've got a local group with maybe 12, 15 lads and lasses in it, and we just kind of share them on our group, you know. I've never actually put them up for sale to anybody, you know, because where I'm at, and it's trying to get a day for posting them. When being a chef, it's awkward hours, you know. But I have got an outlet of a shop that does take corals from me, and he's helping me by moving on corals, so I don't ask a lot, and it helps him as well, you know. So
Good.
it gives me an outlet to move on, because my sump was just chock-a-block, and I moved on 190 heads of corals, and my sump's still full.
So I hope everyone remembers this when they start talking about my sump being full of coral.
Yeah. I hope we've got some footage and pictures of your sump, Scott.
We have somewhere. Yeah. In fact,
Is that-
it's not the next one. It's the one after, I think.
Right. Okay.
Okay. But that one was taken from a while ago, so you know, that was an end video again of the lights ramping down. But
Peter
that-
Parry just said he's got a flame angel and it's good with his corals, Steve.
I saw that. Yeah. People are just egging me on to get one, aren't they?
Have you been looking for one? Have you?
Well, no. I had a coral beauty and a flame angel on my maybe list.
Yeah. Just go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you never know.
But that coral there, the Rainbow Montipora, it's absolutely stunning. And I got a little piece of it from one of the guys in the group, and it was at the bottom of my tank. and my tank's 3 feet deep, and the lights are running on 65%, and it was growing quicker. You know, even before my eyes, I could see it was growing. So the lights is definitely working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a really nice piece there.
Oh, it
That
is.
does look stunning. Yeah.
Yeah.
Talking about maybe buying fish, we'll go on to the one bit of news I have. There's going to be a meet at Mansfield Aquatics on the 11th and 12th of April. So if
Yes,
you fancy
So I'm
joining,
taking I'm taking that's going to be a Monday, Tuesday, is it?
no, it's gonna be a Saturday, Sunday. I'm afraid.
Oh, there you go. I work every Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah, we have an Icelandic, or we did have an Icelandic head office. It's not a head office anymore, and they had like 600 staff. They have a Michelin star chef in the canteen, and they managed to get him because he had just had enough of working nights and weekends, and he loves it because he can just work normal hours now. He can go in and get all the food ready for everyone for dinner time, middle of the day.
Wow.
And he'll then knock up some things for the next day for like snacks in the morning.
Yeah.
And they sometimes have some afternoon snacks in there. And by 6 o'clock he's home and he's done, and he loves it.
I know. I don't want to take away from what we're doing tonight and speaking about my job, but that's why I went offshore, because it was 3 weeks on, 3 weeks off, and 3 weeks was fantastic at home, you know. The tank was looking excellent, you know. But yeah, I'm back on shore, and if I wasn't on shore, then I wouldn't have a reef, because I wouldn't have the courage to go away and leave a doze in if everything goes wrong, you know. Because like I'm saying, everything's just so basic in my setup. There's no controller as such. There's no apex. There's no reef keeper manager or anything like that. You know, it's just
Yeah. Right, where did we get to? Got to here.
Ooh,
so
now we get
this
into the
So this is my wife's cupboard under the stairs, and she said as long as it can hold my vacuum cleaner, I can take over it for my fish tank. So it still holds a vacuum cleaner, but it's like spaghetti junction, and it maybe looks like cable junction there, but they're all labelled, and I know exactly where they lead.
Yeah. And sometimes putting them all in neat trunking is a nightmare when you need to get something out quickly.
When you need to remove it.
I made that mistake.
Yep. I've tried that and I didn't like it.
Yeah.
So believe it or not, if I unpull one of those plugs, it goes all the way through there.
Yeah. So Matt has got a question.
Yeah.
What parameters do you aim for?
Right. So my parameters are, my KH is at 8.1. My calcium's 450. My magnesium's 1400. My nitrate's at 5 to 10. And my phosphate's at 0.04. Salinity is 35. I'm dosing the Aquaforest balling method. So if you can go back. If you can go back a picture, you'll see that I started off doing the Aquaforest 1, 2, 3, and then I found the recipe for it. So I was making up 5 litres at a time. Then I went to 10 litres. Then I'm at 25 litres. And now I'm making up drums of 40 litres at a time from each one. So it's just a case of moving the drums in. And how I work it is, if my KH is up, I'll just turn down the dosing. But it never seems to go up. It only goes up when I've if I've broken down, taken corals out, you know. So if it goes down, I just up my dosing. If calcium is down, I use the dry powders to bring it back up using the Aquaforest calculator. So there's an Aquaforest calculator. It tells you the size, liters or gallons. So I'll put in liters. How much liters? 1,200. And it says what you're using. So I'm using calcium powder. And it'll say what's your parameters, and it'll say 430. What should it be at? 450. And it says you need to add 66 grams of calcium. And I just add it, and then the next day I test it, and it's back up at 450. So I run everything from the KH. So if KH is down, I up the dosing on all three. And if calcium or magnesium is down, I just use the dry powders to put it back in, as long as KH hasn't dropped.
Yeah.
And I'm equal dosing just now. I'm down just now at 320 mils a day from each container. But that's because I've stripped corals out when I broke down the left-hand side. But it usually hits 520 mils a day from each container.
Yeah.
And everybody says, why do you not change to a calcium reactor? And my response is that I'm just your basic average Joe when it comes to this. And I've just found the ball in so much easier. You know, some people say they can't get it to work. Well, after 2 weeks, I managed to get it to work, no problem. And it's been like that for the last 8 years, you know.
Ever since.
Yeah, ever since.
Yeah. Excellent. Kumar's asking, do you add the calcium powder directly to the sump?
Right, so Kumar, what I do is, after I've done my Monday water tests, just say, for instance, if calcium is down, it tells you in the Aquaforest calculator to add so much water. But what I do is, I just take some tank water and fill up a litre jug with the 66 grams of calcium powder, give it a stir until it's dissolved, and then I put it in beside my protein skimmer, which is chamber number 4, before it goes through my UV sterilizers and into the pump and into the tank.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you found the Roaphos, Scott? He's a fan of that? Has that worked quite well, or?
Yeah, the Roaphos for phosphate remover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll buy Roaphos if it's on promotion, or I'll stick with Aquaforest phosphate minus, you know. So what I do is, if I'm changing my phosphate reactor out, I'll put the phosphate in before I'll switch off my return pump, so it cleans while it's in the sump, and then when it does go on, maybe an hour and a half hours later, when I start to pump it back in, it goes in gradually through the tank, so I'm not losing any of the, you know, the tank still goes cloudy as such, but the tank's so big, it's gone in about an hour.
Okay. Have you ever tried lanthanum or anything like that before?
No, I've never tried that. No.
Okay.
Interesting.
Could be worth a look, but then if it works,
if it's working, it's working, isn't it?
Yeah.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So
I did one problem years ago where it's Red Sea test kits that I used, and everything was fine, everything was growing, and then I found that you could get this other one. It was cheaper that everybody was using, so I changed over, and I know there's a change for how you read them, but I went from, at the time, 210 mils a day down to 140, and I was thinking, why am I dropping? But and then everything started dying off, and I went back to Red Sea, and it was showing everything low. So I've just, for the last 7 years, I've just stuck with Red Sea Pro test kits.
Yeah,
that's what I use. Yeah, I use the calcium Red Sea and the KH, and then the magnesium I use Cellofoot. But
is there a reason why you use different ones? You know, because there's some guys in the group that've got HANA checkers for this and Red Sea for that, and you know, is it for the colours for easier to read?
To be honest, I've not tried the Red Sea Pro magnesium one yet, so I might try it.
Yeah.
I think initially I did a lot of reading about certain test kits, and I ended up at the Red Sea sort of door, especially with the calcium and KH, because it's just that accuracy of being able to swirl it and drop it bit by bit by bit, and that's what I liked about it. I've not had any issues with the sort of accuracy as such. But yeah, I might go to the magnesium from the
the Red Sea magnesium, I think, is one of the easiest ones to use, because it's going pink, 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 then it goes purple, then one more drop and it changes exactly to blue. Where the calcium one can be a harder one, because it kind of goes purple, then there's like another shade of blue, you know, before it goes blue. But I do envy the guys with the Hana checkers, because I'm not going to mention that word again, but I do like seeing the digital display. But then sometimes they're out as well. I hear guys with the smudged the vial, the vial and everything that doesn't get
it's
a
a
proper reading.
faff. You have to clean the bottles. You have to make sure you rinse them with RO and keep them clean.
Yeah.
And when you've shaken it, you then have to wipe it all before you put it in. But I like that digital thing. There's no interpretation of the color.
That's right. Yeah.
It does it for you. So I use Hana for phosphate, nitrate, and alkalinity. And I use Salifert for calcium and magnesium.
Okay.
That's my setup as well. Exact same.
Because calcium and magnesium Hana checkers are the most complex things to use in the world.
Are they? Yeah.
Yes.
So what I do with the Red Sea is I turn the probe, the dosing solution round, so I can't see what I'm putting in, because sometimes you'll say, right, one more and I've hit my target. So I turn it round and then I go until I get the colour and then surprise myself. And if it's there, I'm bang on. If it's not, then oh geez.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What a treat.
I'm going to have to try that game.
Yeah.
Right, the next video is your secret food recipe.
Okay, yeah.
That we're now going to share with everyone.
Okay. Just being a chef at arm.
So let me pause that. There you go. Look.
Yeah. So I did this when I was fish only, and the fish absolutely loved it. So I made it again not long ago to see how it worked in the reef, and again they're just absolutely nailing it. So I bought a kilo of mussels. You get it like Iceland. So you can buy a kilo of mussels and a kilo of tiger prawns, and it's buy 3 for a tenner. So I bought all that, and then at the time I had the Scottish langoustines in the freezer, a couple of sheets of nori, a whole garlic bulb, Arbideck. It's the non-flavoured version, just natural.
What is Abideck?
So it's a child vitamin supplement.
Okay.
But
I was about to say, it's got a picture of a baby on it. It doesn't look like it's designed for fish tanks.
It's a baby clown trigger.
Yeah. But it's cheaper, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So, but there's a slight shortage of it just now in the country, so it's hard to try and get. And then I put in some of the New Life Spectrum pellets.
Good stuff. Yeah.
Yep.
Excellent. Yeah. And then we'll see what happens next.
So I asked the wife if I could use her food processor.
She said no.
She said yes, but you're buying me a new one.
A new one, yeah. So I just threw everything in and blitzed it with some RO water till I could get a consistency. And it's not blended to a pulp, because I've got the tusk, I've got the Cuban hog, the clown trigger. It likes more fleshier pieces, So I just did it to gauge in chef's eye to see where I was needing to break it down to.
Yeah. So Luke's got a question here as well.
Yeah.
Do you use Abideck in any of your recipes for humans?
Well, we did for the kids when they were babies. We was making chicken korma, and we used to put Albi Deck into kids' food.
There you go.
Excellent.
So that'll be with the mussels and the nori green, where you're getting that green looklet.
Yeah. Does look actually a little bit like something a child might produce.
Just thinking the same.
That's how my corals are growing. It's all the manure. And then add it all into the bowls and into baking trays lined with cling film. Freeze it overnight and then cut it into whatever size you want.
Nice.
Okay. So I was expecting this to be get the paste and put it in a feeder, but you freeze it and then...
And then put the chef's knife through it to the size that I want.
Yeah. And is that a special chef's knife you only use for that?
It's just one that's in the kitchen at home. It's not one at the hotel, that's for sure.
Oh. Yeah. I bet it doesn't smell particularly great when you make that.
It doesn't. It would scare off vampires, that's for sure.
Yeah, I made my own food a while back.
My vampire tongue wouldn't eat it.
Making my own food didn't leave me wanting to do it again.
Okay.
The smell was terrible.
Yeah, it is terrible.
And every time you fed afterwards, you could smell it again.
Yeah, but it did save my fortune and money again.
I like it. It does almost look like little bits of chocolate, doesn't it? Almost.
I could say it looks like chocolate, but
or fudge, but I think it's a mistake you'd only make once.
That's right.
So this is your nori cylinder.
That's the cylinder that I bought, and like I'm saying, everybody can share it. It's not like they're on the nori itself. And at the end of it, like I'm saying, you can see the harlequin tusk, and he's not ripping the whole shreds off it. But no, they're just grazing.
That's cool.
That is good. Yeah,
Good
I like
shot.
that. Yeah, the colours in those fish, brilliant.
Yeah,
I'm just looking at the video just now, and the flame angel's popping, but the Cuban hog doesn't look as red as what the flame angel is.
Could that be because they're all feeding? There's a bit
Could
of...
be. It could be.
Hiding the little colours a little bit.
Yeah. But that's one of the best nori feeders that I've purchased.
Yeah.
And it's so strong, it just doesn't move.
When you say purchase, was it free, or was it?
No, I got it off of was it Reef Print?
Okay.
Aquaprint.
That's them.
Yeah.
That's them.
Yes.
Good old Johnny.
Yeah.
Wow.
God, the colours.
The colour in the rainbow Monty.
They're so dense, aren't they? Together, it just looks fantastic. Looks so good.
The movement as well.
Yeah.
What I like about this one is you can see the movement on the top, because I was an open hood at the top to let the lights penetrate, but the wife, I was going through a 25-litre drum of RO water every 2 days with evaporation.
Yeah.
And over 8 years, that every 2 days, 25 litres of evaporation, that's with 1,500 mils of Aquaforest dosing solutions going in as well.
Yeah.
So where's it going? And then the wife started finding some speckles of mold, and so she says, "Do you fancy putting your glass lids back on?" And they were really a pain for cleaning. So I got some Perspex, and now I'm back to 6 days out of a 25-litre drum. But in that case, my pH has dropped from 8.3 to 8. So it's not where I want it, but when I ask my local fish guy at Planet Ocean, first thing he says, "How's the tank looking?" And I says, "Magic." And he says, "So why you need to chase numbers?"
Yeah.
You know, all
Good
it's done
advice.
is maybe slowed the growth of the corals down, you know, which
Yeah.
is a good thing.
Yeah.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
your stage in the game, that's probably not a bad shout.
Yeah.
And Rich has got a fair point. That must be a fairly chunky magnet in that nori holder because it didn't budge when those fish were pulling at it.
No, it just doesn't move. It said it was made up for 25 mil glass.
Wow.
And
Okay.
my glass is 19. So, yeah, it's like does exactly what it says on the tin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Where did we get to? This one? This one, I think. No, that was the one I just played, isn't it?
Yeah.
We can watch it again. The colours in there are just amazing.
Yeah, I just love watching the tank coming on in the morning when the corals are just coming out. And I love coming home from work when the lights is ramping down, you know, and you see them in would it be their artificial colour? I don't know what's the real colour and what's the artificial colour during the day, you know.
Yeah.
But it just pops.
Yeah, it does look amazing. And that rainbow Monty keeps catching my eye every time.
Yeah. Yep.
Stunning.
But it's even bigger now because you see that SPS that's in front of it.
Yeah.
It's growing round about it.
I saw that in one of the other videos we've got. You can see it's grown all the way around that other coral.
But because the SPS is stinging it, the SPS is still growing through it. And people say, "How do you get on with your corals growing?" And I just leave them to do what they do. You know, if they sting, and they just all grow through one another.
To be fair, that seems to be a common theme for people that have tanks that look like yours. They often say similar that they just allow nature to take its course.
I can hear Scott.
Yeah.
I can hear Scott, but I can't hear Steve and Harry. So I might just let me just leave, and I'll come back in a sec. Hold on. I don't know what's going on.
It's always Dan.
Give me a sec. You guys carry on. You carry on.
Oh dear.
Yeah. We've had this problem with StreamYard where every now and then someone can't hear all of the people.
Okay.
We don't know why.
He's maybe found a deal for a regal tank.
Yeah. Where had we got to? I think we're here.
Yeah, that's like I'm saying, that's an older one again, but it's still the same fish, just at a different size. That was probably when I first got the powder blue. It was slightly smaller. Majestics, slightly smaller as well. The clowns, they were hosting that frog spawn. They were over this side, you know.
Yes. Be Ron twitching in the corner now. Yeah, it looks fantastic.
Yeah.
Every picture or every video that we've looked at and picture, it's just, you say, oh yeah, that's a while ago. It wasn't quite as grown, but you're looking at it thinking,
it's growing.
That looks pretty full to me.
Yeah, that's what I mean when it's time to break down that side of the aquarium, and then I'll start taking them out and just leaving little frags of them, and then I'll move on to the middle after another couple of months, and then I'm over to the left-hand side. I just kind of do it in a sweep that way.
Yeah.
Did you send Steve the footage that you submitted to the Aquaforest competition, Scott? Have we got that footage?
It should be in. Did I send you, Steve, the actual Aquaforest, and the winner is?
Yes. Yeah, so I've got that.
That'll be the only videos that Aquaforest got. The seven 7 or 10 seconds of video footage.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
hope
I'll
we-
load that up in a minute.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I was just checking because the lighting in that clip that was submitted was just like the coloration was just phenomenal.
Yeah,
So I was just checking that we're going to see it because it's just amazing when I
yeah.
saw.
When I advertised for, when I put my tank in for the aquarium of the month for December, there was 6 aquariums up along with my one, and like I was saying, every picture was dark like this video. You know, the lights ramping down, and then there was my one. It was during the day where it was bright and everything. And I says, well, I'll put in this one just to see, and yeah, definitely got the votes.
Yeah, it was phenomenal. It was
Yeah.
just amazing. Going back to the start a little bit, Scott, when you said
Yeah.
when you said you first set this tank up to be a reef rather than fish only,
Yeah.
how long did you wait after it was running? What sort of corals did you first put in it just to see
Yeah.
how it's going to go?
So what had happened was, once my biggest problem was my live rock. There's 280 kilo of live rock in the display, and
Wow.
once I put it back into the aquarium, because Gary at Planet Ocean says now you don't make your live rock look like a reef. So to try and let you know, I made the live rock look like a reef when I was fish only, but now you've just to make your rock, your corals as your reef. So it was hard to do the structure for it. But once I put the live rock back in, because it was out in drums in the garage, the 14 years of being fish only, the phosphate started coming out. So I had spikes of phosphate and green hair algae. It was like astroturf, you know. It was like a. So I was pulling clumps out and running Roa Phos or phosphate minus to try and get phosphate down, and it must have taken about 12 weeks to get to the bottom of it. And it was the same time as the dirty stage was going through, you know, on the gravel and everything. But I just kept throwing in whole langoustine tails and letting everything cycle, you know.
Yeah.
And then once everything cycled, I did my water tests and everything was where I wanted them to be. So Gary says, well, if your perimeters are showing where you want to be, you're ready to go. So I started off with frog spawn, a wall hammer, a torch. What else did I have? Some zoas. And
we can see your sand a bit there.
Okay. And that was the first corals that I had. And I put them in, and then I noticed heads growing, you know. So I says, well, something's working.
Yeah.
And then I must have been coral only for about another 4 or 5 months. And as I could see they were growing, I said, if I buy more corals? And the wife says, I think you need to add some fish. Excuse me. So I started adding the pair of clowns and everything like that, you know, and started going that way. And just over time started adding corals, but I didn't have success with zoas. I didn't know if they were too bright or too dull. Then I spoke to Gary, it was in my group, and he said of the stretching, because if they're stretching, they're needing more light. And then he kind of helped. But when I added the Majestic, he was at my zoas as well, so kind of lost them. What else did I have? Oh, so what I wanted was a mixed reef with the SPS and acros and everything on the top, and the movement down the bottom. So Gary said, well, if your perimeters are stable, you know, why not try them? So I started off with easy ones and then just worked my way up to more harder ones to keep. Some didn't grow for about 2-3 years, and they were never dying, just never growing. And being a chef, I always describe them as when you cook a poppadom, you'll put it into the hot oil and it doesn't do anything. Then all of a sudden,
Woof.
yeah. And after 2-3 years, they just took off, you know.
Yeah.
But no, I like that video there with the lights wrapped down at night, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And is this at the bottom of the tank here? Is that the Rainbow Monty that we saw mounted
That's
higher
the
up?
one that's now mounted higher up, yeah.
Yeah. Wow. So the video you were talking about, Dan, is this one.
That was it.
Yeah. So that was just the photos. I think I've taken a screenshot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I've got the video as well.
There's a video there, is it?
I'll hunt that out. But what I did notice is there is that Rainbow Monty growing round the other
Yeah.
SPS that you got there.
So now it's fully around it.
Wow.
Yeah. But yeah, that needs fragged again soon. But I thought, well, I'm not going to frag it while I'm speaking to you, gentlemen. Because I hate straight angles.
Yeah. No, that was this one is the video, not the pictures.
Oh, so that is the photos that I put into a video collage for you, Steve.
Okay.
Yeah. I maybe haven't got the actual winning
Yeah,
video.
I haven't got the other one.
Because what they showed was only like 5 seconds of the video when there was like 10 seconds of it. But it's just a quick swoop of the tank, you know.
Yeah. It does look beautiful.
Just stunning.
So we do have a few more questions.
Yeah.
Let me find them. So the first one was from Kumar, and he said, have you faced any major hurdles in the tank? And if so, how did you resolve it?
Right, so the only major hurdle I've had, Kumar, was, like I said to you guys, was changing test kits. Everything else has been going fine. I changed the test kits over just because I could save some money to Salifert, and I read the instructions right. I even asked Gary if I'm reading them right, and he says, yeah, they're slightly different from the Red Sea ones. They're kind of like the opposite way around. And when I worked it out, I couldn't understand why my dosing was coming down and down and down when my corals were growing with the Red Sea test kits. And then I didn't see any growth in it. The colour was getting duller, stuff like that. And then I changed back to Red Sea, and Red Sea was showing that my KH was away down at 6 point something. So I started increasing it back up to 8.1. I had to frag a lot of corals that all went white. I broke them off, and the remaining corals that were there all came back again. So I've just stuck with Red Sea test kits all the time.
Yeah.
How long was that process in terms of like switching and realizing that something wasn't quite right?
Yeah, so every week it was like I was reducing my dosing by 20 mils every week. And I would test it on a Monday, so 20, 40, 60, about a month.
Okay. Wow.
Was a process, and I could see that there was deterioration in the corals and the coloration and stuff like that. So I went and ordered Red Sea test kits, checked it, could see it was way down, calcium was down, magnesium was down. So I started increasing it slowly again. And once it hit, I think it was back up to 195 mils. I saw the colour coming back, but that was about another 2 months. So a 3 month swing from it was looking good to that little stumbling block. But it's the good old fashioned saying, if it's not broken, why change it?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I mean, you must have had, other than that, some stability and a half to have results like that.
I've just been, like I'm saying, I'm not a scientist or anything like that. I just find the Aquaforest balling so easy. From after 2 weeks, everything was level dosing, starting at 95 mils. Then KH was maybe at 7.6, so up it went. Then once it hit 8.1, then the next week it was stable. Calcium was stable. But what I tend to find was when I speak to people is they'll up their dosing to bring their KH in line, but calcium's maybe at 500 and magnesium's at 1700. I remember my magnesium reached 2000, and that's one that certainly got rid of my hair algae.
Yeah, blimey.
Yeah, so it helped that way as well. But once KH came in line at 8.1, then the next week it was still at 8.1, and magnesium started coming down, calcium started, and then they found a level playing field at 450 and 1400. So I was delighted. It's just the figures that I run with.
Yeah. Dan, we can hear you, even though you were whispering 2 seconds. He's got the opposite problem now. Now he can't hear you, but he can hear me and Harry.
Right.
Oh dear, poor Dan.
So you said, Scott, you are on an iPad at the moment.
Yeah.
I wonder if you can take us over to the tank and show us a little bit.
I wonder if I can move this, Colin.
Apologies.
Hello, Dan.
I've actually got it all set on a tripod and everything.
Ah, okay. Yeah, maybe not then.
Yeah. No, because if I move it, you ought to see the contraption. It's an iPod. It's a iPad on top of a. No, it wasn't one of them. It's an iPad on top of a tripod on top of an ice machine.
I think Dan's lost audio again.
Oh, has he?
Oh no, I haven't. I'm still.
Oh, he's back.
Okay.
He's back.
Sorry, I was just trying to catch up on the other video feed, but yeah, I don't know. Do you know what? I've got a camera on the way for my laptop because my laptop camera doesn't work. I've got one on the way now, so hopefully I should be sorted for next time. But yeah, apologies, Scott. I missed I missed half of it, but I'll watch it back after and I'll catch what you said. But yeah.
John,
you've just missed me handing out free flags to everybody, but no, you'll maybe get a chance again.
That's all right. Next time.
John Wright had a question as well. Do you feed your corals?
Good question.
Right. So I went through a stage of feeding corals, and the only difference that I noticed was my phosphate went up. So I stopped feeding, and I haven't seen any difference in the coral growth or the colour.
Sounds like your food is quite heavy anyway, so I suspect they're getting.
Yeah, they're getting a good feed. I expect from pellets during the day. I'm feeding 14 blocks of frozen food every day, and they're getting nori during that as well. So the corals must be picking up and some of that as well.
Yeah.
I was using, is it Great Barrier reef roids and all that, and making a concoction and pouring it in at night. And then phosphates would hit 10, then you stop feeding it, so down it came again. But no, I didn't.
Yeah, reef roids is like phosphate.
Yeah.
Powdered phosphate. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. People are using it if they don't have phosphate, aren't they? Just purely.
Yeah. So I did go through that phase where I bottomed out with phosphate. So I just started feeding more. But yeah, I didn't notice any difference using coral food.
No. So we've got a few more questions in the chat now. Alyssa has said, water change? Do you water change?
Yeah, I tried weekly, tried fortnightly, tried every 3 weeks when I was offshore. I've left it 4, 5, 6 weeks to see if there was any difference. So I would say for the last 3-4 years, I've been doing water changes every 2 weeks. I've seen more colour and more growth in the corals doing it that way. I was using reef crystals because when I was fish
Okay.
only, I was just using instant ocean. I was using reef crystals. And then I'm finding it hard to get that, so I changed to Aquaforest reef salt. So I find it matches my parameters. So I'll do a 200 litre water change every 2 weeks, and I'll leave it 24 hours and do my water tests on a Tuesday. And the KH doesn't budge. Calcium and magnesium are either in the range. It needs a slight dosing up, but I always just use the salt that matches my parameters. So when it comes to trace elements, I've never sent away a ICP test. Never done it. So I don't know if doing the water tests every fortnight replenishes the trace elements that we're not testing for, and I'm just being lucky and getting away with it that way. It'd be interesting to do a ICP test just to see where I'm at.
It would be, wouldn't it? Yeah.
It really would.
You uncover all sorts of problems that you didn't have before. It's
I
a
think
waste of time.
one of the
and you
things with
just chase in
ICP,
numbers after that, you know.
yeah, is you should always, your first ICP should always be when your tank is looking absolutely dynamite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's then your benchmark. And then if there's a problem, you can ICP and say, what's different to when it looked amazing?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
worry
that makes
about that
sense.
difference rather than what it actually is.
Yeah.
Going back to the feeding of the corals, Mo's got a good point. He says your food processor food is feeding the corals probably.
It probably is. Yeah. Because that it's blitzed up. Some pieces are blitzed up finer than others, and the corals will be getting some of that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Mylot has also got a question for you, James. Favorite fish or coral? Or maybe what we should say actually, favorite fish and favorite coral.
Yes.
Right. In the tank at the moment, my favourite fish. Oh, you put them on the spot now.
Oh yes.
It was, I would say, is the powder blue.
Okay.
I would say the powder blue because that was always the tang that I was going to be putting into aquarium when I got my own marine aquarium.
They are stunning fish.
Yeah,
I do love
my
the
father
powder blue.
had one and never had a lot of success with it back in the old days, and I've just found having powder blue such a success. But I've got the clown trigger at the moment, and that is the ultimate one that I wanted to try, but it's a year down the road, and he's going fine, and there's no wood to touch at the moment. But we'll see. But my favourite fish overall would have been my Emperor Angel when I was fish only.
Yeah.
Just the whole story of him purchasing it 1.5 inches with a juvenile coloration to the 12-inch show specimen with the streamer, and the way he was like a pet. He would grunt if you wanted fed, and he just roamed the tank, and the fish got out of his way. And it was the day I woke up and he had just passed away, maybe from old age. I don't know if it's old, 14, 15 years. That was a heartbreaking moment because he was too big for a North Sea burial down the toilets. It was that was a sad day, but Emperor Angel, powder blue, and clown trigger.
Yeah,
amazing fish.
Yeah, corals. I love my first coral that went in was a frog spawn, and I just love frog spawns, especially they're just the movement, the different colours you can get with them. I've got my elegance coral. I love my elegance. It looks like an anemone, but it just doesn't move.
Yes.
It's just a pity it's in my sump. Just fills that whole section now. And I love candy canes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love,
I love
candy
candy
canes.
cane.
Yep.
Yeah, really
Nice.
nice.
What have we got next? Melinda. She's saying, for someone with short arms and long pockets, why aren't you using DIY?
Good question.
Well, I'm not sure.
Because it is insanely cheap.
Is it? Maybe
Yeah,
I haven't
yeah.
looked into it as much.
So I mix my own calcium, magnesium, and alkalinity,
Yeah.
and I bought the equipment to do it and enough to last about 2 years for 80 quid.
That is cheap.
And
Bear in
I'm now
mind, you don't
looking.
need equipment to do it as well. I'm still using a saucepan
Yeah.
Yeah.
and a
And
jug
I just looked at.
and a straw.
I'm getting towards the. I've got a load mixed up ready,
Yeah.
but I'm getting low on the actual raw materials. So I'm looking at ordering a new batch and to buy like 10, 25 or 30 kilos. 30 kilo. I mean, that's like
That's
10
big,
years supply.
That's right.
To buy all of it for the big three is about 100 quid.
Okay. Yeah, somebody did say,
it's-
calcium's calcium and magnesium's
Yeah.
magnesium. Yeah.
Yeah, and
I was lucky because one of my LFS was able to supply me with the Aquaforest component strong. Instead of 25 quid for the 75 ml bottles, he was able to get me the 2 litre component strong, which was a huge saving when I was buying all the products, So I maybe did find that cheap, but there maybe is still a cheaper route yet.
yeah, so that is the chemical to make your own manganese solution.
Okay.
And you put 0.1 grams per 5 litres of RO. And that makes it to the same strength as the Tropic Marin trace elements A and K. And this whole pot, which is 250 grams, is 10 quid.
Okay. Okay.
And I've got the same strontium here. 10 worth.
Okay.
And that's probably all the manganese and strontium I'll ever need.
That you will ever need.
Yeah.
The only one I've came across was the recipe for no-pox.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
And that's what I'm running on the tank.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I run that. I'm dosing 2 ml for whatever it was. I can't remember what the recipe is at the time, but yeah, I'm using. I don't know. Can I speak about it?
You can say anything you like, apart from the C word. The C word is the only thing you can't say.
Okay.
Anything else, free reign.
So, when I did try no-pox, I noticed that my wallet was always empty, and I was getting like slimy gunge on equipment if I had it too far, or if I was dosing too much.
Yeah.
But a gentleman that's in my group gave us the recipe, and I bought 99.8% ethanol, my RO water, and being a chef, I could get vinegar no problem. So I can make 35 litres of no-pox for the same price as 1 litre of no-pox.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it?
It's unbelievable.
The reef tax in the hobby is just insane.
Being a chef, once I made the recipe for the homemade no-pox and I smelt it, I thought, ka-ching.
Yeah. Did you taste it?
Did I taste it? My teeth are beautiful and white.
Fair, Scott, if you can do that, you'll ace doing the main three if you're going to make them yourself.
Yeah.
It sounds like
they're a lot easier.
Okay.
Yeah.
It is really easy.
If you've got the storage to store some.
Oh, I've got a storage. I've got
Some of them are
50
2
litre
ingredients.
cement bucket for mixing.
Yeah.
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 And that's including RO as one of the ingredients.
I've got an abundance of RO in the garage.
You could save yourself a small fortune. Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't really looked much into that, but I maybe have to.
But then again,
But-
we all sit here and say this. Is it perhaps worth more to not change anything? Because I mean, look,
I
behind
was
you.
just thinking the
yeah,
same
that's
thing.
just what I was away to say.
Yeah.
If it's not broken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
going
looking at
back
the
to
tank behind you, it's like,
Yeah.
hmm,
Going back to the question about water changes. So, every 2 weeks, a 200 litre water change. I'll do Monday maintenance. I'll clean the sump, clean the tank. While I'm cleaning the main display, I've got a bracket where the hose goes in, and it can only I'll push down to a 200 litre level, so I can
That's
work
clever.
away, and then if it stops, I know it's at that level.
Nice.
And then I go out to the garage where I've got my mixing station, and I've got an 8,000 litre pump, and I just pump the fresh water back in.
yeah.
Very clever.
So,
Someone did ask about UV. I can't remember.
Yeah,
who it was.
I've still got them. It was Alyssa. I've got these highlighted. So Alyssa's saying, do you use UV or ozone?
Yeah, it's UV I use. I've got. I started off with the two Vecton 600s, water running through, then through the other one, and into the tank. I just wanted two to start off when I was fish only and everything for diseases and that. And then I just kept it on, and now I'm down to just the one. When the chamber started getting brittle and everything, I got a new one. So I've got the Vecton 850. That's what I use, and all it is, it's not for. Maybe does help with parasites and that, but it's more for water clarity. I use the UV for water clarity and carbon. I use the rocks for what I can get my hands on, and I put in carbon into a reactor and run it for a week to 10 days, just like polishes the water. And I notice that when I do a 200 litre water change, that you sometimes smell the seaside with the water going down, and once I smell that, it's time to get carbon in. Then the next time I do a water change, the smell's gone. So then I take the carbon back off and just put phosphate remover back into it. And that's my routine monthly,
Excellent.
Very good.
So the next question is from Ty. Good evening, Ty. Ty always likes to join right near the end on a Wednesday night, but he's got no excuse tonight because it's a Tuesday.
Yeah.
Hey, Ty.
He says, apologies if I missed it earlier, but do you tinker or leave the tank alone?
Yeah, hi Ty. I try and say keep your hands out the tank as much as possible. So I'm not really a tinker unless a coral's fallen over on the bottom or something like that, and I'll just put my grabber in to straighten them up. But no, Monday is usually my day for working on the tank. Monday this week was just a quick one, so it's just cleaning the glass, blasting some gravel off my Monteporas and stuff like that. The Cuban hog and that's scattered across, and that's about it.
Yeah.
The next Monday, every second one is the water change, cleaning out the sump. It's a bit more cleaning skimmers and stuff like that. It takes maybe 5-6 hours I'll spend on that, when a normal one's maybe just an hour and a bit.
Yeah.
But try and keep your hands out the tank.
Excellent.
Good advice.
So I've got a couple here that are questions for me based on what I was holding up. So I'll quickly answer them. Kumar was saying, is it manganese 2 sulfur monohydrate? It is. I don't know if that's gonna.
Can see it.
There you go.
Good old APC Pure, good company.
And then Mo said, which strontium do you have? And I have strontium chloride hexahydrate.
Okay.
I have no clue if it's 0.6 H2O, though. Not entirely sure what that means. Mo's too clever for me. And then Kumar asks, what are your thoughts on adding a new emperor to the tank?
Yeah, I know. Maybe one day. I'll see how I get on with the clown trigger. If he's as good as gold in another couple of years' time, then and the corals have grown a bit more, then I could maybe try an emperor. Hey,
Look forward to seeing about that.
Yeah, everybody says that. Yeah, like the emperors are no for reefs, but harlequins and clown triggers shouldn't have been in reefs, and majestics maybe shouldn't have been there. But my powder blue picks the heads off my frog spawns.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just grazes on them. He doesn't eat them. He just rips the heads off them and they float around the tank. Somebody said it gives him like a stinging sensation on his lips, but I've never asked him and he's never told me. But,
He needs Anna.
yeah.
My partner supposedly communicates with my fish
Okay.
when I'm not watching.
She can maybe come up and ask
I'll
him.
send her over.
Yeah. But it's just one particular frog spawn.
That's Harry's favourite coral as well.
Yeah, and Anna's actually, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if Anna understands the Scottish dialect in fish, though.
That's true. That's true. Might be different. Yeah. That's all right. Macton. As we discovered on whatever it was, Salty Banter.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
And John's saying, what about filtration? What filtration are you running?
That's a good point. We haven't.
Filtration is my weir is on the left-hand side, and the water cascades down through. I put sponges and wool and that in there. That I change weekly. It's never under the water. It's just a way of catching debris. It goes into the first chamber in my sump and goes through my Clara C5000. And then it goes through, what have I got in there? 20 kilo of Max Spec spheres.
Okay.
It goes through there. I just put into egg crates. Then I've got a layer of corals in that section. Then it goes into the next section where there's more corals. Then it goes through my Max Spec Air Aqua 600 protein skimmer. I did run a Deltec 1455 on my Curve 7 BM, but I had one on dry skim and one in wet skim, and it worked magic for years.
Oh, nice.
And once I decided that I wanted to put corals into the sump, I had to do away with the two skimmers there. I've still got them out in the garage as backup. And there was a gentleman selling this Air Aqua on eBay who forgot to put a reserve on, and it was only 6 months old, and I won it for 140 quid. So yeah, it's been ticking over. It's been ticking over magic. It's just pulling everything out. And then it goes through my UV sterilizer in the cupboard and comes back into the tank and gets pumped back in. That's all the filtration in the sump.
Okay.
Very nice.
Excellent. Thank you.
Very good.
John then asked if I'd do a video on making your own additives. I already have.
Okay.
So I'll put it in the chat for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll share the link with you on WhatsApp. But I've just put it in the chat here if anyone who's watching wants it. It's in the live stream chat. And we've got one final question that we're going to go out with. We're going to go out with a bang. This is a question that we like asking people.
Okay.
And it's just a bit of fun. It's not a serious question at all.
Okay.
So you're picking a mermaid. So you now get to select your mermaid, but you have to pick, do you want human top, fish bottom, or do you want fish top, human bottom?
Well,
Take a minute, Scott.
Well, I see what you're at.
We've had some really in-depth answers to this, some really interesting answers as well.
Well, you usually ask a certain person if they're a boob man or an ass man.
Yes.
I like boobs. I like boobs. so it's got to
Okay.
be human top. But yeah, yeah, human top.
You'll have the
Human-
classic mermaid then.
Yeah. We had someone on that went into a lot of depth and said, "Oh, human top because I like boobs, and the bottom
Yeah.
half would be fish because then she could just live in a tank, and I could just have a big skimmer, and it would tidy up all of her shit."
Yeah. Yeah, I'll go for the top half human.
Yeah, and here he is. Look, think about the shit.
Yeah, think about the shit.
Oh, yeah, brilliant. Thank you so much for coming on, Scott. It's
No,
been
thank you.
fantastic to see you.
Oh, it's been great. Oh, I just love speaking fish only, reefs. Love speaking everything about it.
Yeah.
Amazing tank.
Yeah. Oh, you didn't ask what I won for Tank of the Year.
Yeah, what did you win?
Yeah, so for Tank of the Month, I got prizes up to 150. For Tank of the Year, I got prizes up to 500 from
Nice.
Aquaforest, and then I got a year supply of salt.
Wow.
Handy.
That's
Yeah.
handy.
It's really handy.
Yeah.
So I just tweaked it slightly. So, yeah. I'm
Good.
delighted. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it does look a very worthy winner. The tank looks phenomenal. It
Oh,
really
some-
does.
Yeah.
I thank you for all that and your nice praise, but it's like everything else. When you're seeing your own aquarium day in, day out, you
You always
never
pick fault.
appreciate it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. It's like your hometown. If somebody says, I live in Bam, it's just, but when you're seeing it day in, day out, it's you just take it for granted.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Scott, can I just ask a favour if I can?
You certainly can.
So, I mentioned earlier about you sort of having possibly an Instagram account just to kind of like show your tank a little bit more.
That's right.
Even if it's just every few months or something, just a picture, anything.
Yeah.
But if you can do
Yep.
that, please do it.
I
'cause I'd
certainly
like
will,
to-
Dan. It's something that I've never thought about. I just use Instagram to speak to friends and family. It's putting up the photos of that. But yeah, there's a tool for, like I'm saying, getting the aquarium out there, because I felt like I was up against it for the Aquaforest Tank of the Year, because every person that was in had an art before their name and followed by their reef name or whatever, and December was just plain old Scott Oldman. And I wondered, but no, the gentleman at Aquaforest said I won it by a good margin. So, yeah, there must have been people out there voting for us from around the world as well. Yeah, it was good. Really good.
Can't blame them.
Yeah.
Yeah, incredible.
Please,
Yep.
please do. And contact Steve when you do, if you've got one, and then we'll
and
put
I can share it.
we'll share
That's
it.
right. Yeah, that'll be perfect. No, hopefully
like
I can be back on again someday, guys, if you're running low on a Tuesday.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure we can fit in a Tuesday to get you on. That's
Next year
for sure.
before your daughter's birthday again.
Yes.
There you are.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
And hopefully Dan's got his Regal Tang by then and you've got your Flame Angel.
hopefully.
Yeah.
We'll
Yeah.
see. You might have your
Yep.
Emperor as well. So that'd be
Hey,
cool.
you never know. You never know.
There you go. Full circle.
Yeah.
Excellent. We'll circle back on this. We'll play this video back when we next get
Yeah.
together
Okay,
and see
okay.
how many of them we've actually got.
Big
See how
stuff,
much.
yeah.
See how many McLeod Trigger ate during the year.
Yes.
Yeah, him about 14 inches.
Yeah. Right. Thank you
Chris Scott.
very much for coming on, Scott.
No, thank you, gents, and everybody for all our questions. It's been excellent.
Yeah.
Magic.
Brilliant. Thanks, Dan and Harry, for coming on again,
Thank
helping
you.
out.
Okay. Thank you for
Yeah, it's been great fun. Don't go anywhere, Scott. I'm going to play the outro. I can't think there's a Reefy AF tank tour on
Yes.
Saturday night. Another guy called Scott.
Okay.
Unless it's you, I don't know. No, from
They'll
that
be
face,
working.
it's not
I'll be
you.
working.
Yeah. So tune into that, and if not, I shall see you Wednesday next week.
next week. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, everyone.
Take care.
Have
Bye.
a good
Bye
week.
now.